And when I push it the other way, just like that, the wait time still goes up. So I really think it's really ties everything together.
Hey guys, welcome to today's video. It is December 22nd, so I'm not exactly sure how this Vlogmas stuff works because I literally just started I literally only had like 3 or 4 videos before I actually started doing Vlogmas. Obviously I'm very, very fresh, so now I think it's been like almost a week that I have not posted a video. That being said, I don't know if Vlogmas continues on, but I think I've just been going by the day that it is. So today would be Vlogmas day 22. However, I know that I haven't posted. There's been a really, really big gap, and let me explain. Always around the new year, I am very, very reflective. I'm very, I like to move forward. I just like to, like I said, reflect. Sunday reset days are a very, very big thing for me because I can reflect on the week. Obviously, becoming a new year, I am reflecting over the whole entire year, and, that takes up a lot of your time. You're like, in thought. I don't know why I do this. I don't necessarily do it to myself on purpose, obviously, because, there's plenty of other things that I could be doing, but, I just like to, just sit and go through pictures, and I just like to, unwind from the whole entire year. The person that I was a year ago, snap memories, every snap memory that comes up from a year ago, now I'm just like, wow, that is just not even the same person anymore. I've gone through some crazy transitions throughout a year, but this one might just be my most drastic change in a whole year. Me and Nathan have been together for 6 months this month, so half of this year has been with him. The other half before that, I had been single for 2 years. I was a whole different person. I was entirely independent, very, very reserved. I wasn't looking for anything. I was very much, all I cared about was myself. And a lot of people think that that is selfish. I say listen to Leo Skeppy and listen to what he has to say for it, because he's an awesome representation of kind of what goes through my own mind as well. Like, he is very strong in himself. He's very much of an independent guy, as, giving as he is, as much of a, sweet, kind soul as he is. He's a very, very, hard person as well. And, in a way, all he cares about is himself. Like, he wants the best for himself before he can give out to others. And, that's exactly how I am as well. I hate that it has such a bad light. It's considered selfish. It's considered a giant ego. But I do care about myself before I care about anybody else. You can't be your happiest self unless if you're happy with yourself. That was a great play on words, but you get what I'm saying? Like, you need to love yourself before you can love anybody else, and that is exactly what I had to learn before. But in that transition, before I went to another relationship, in the transition of you have to love yourself first, I got so incredibly comfortable just, with exactly loving myself. I was happy, I was stable, I didn't do anything that I didn't want to. None of my friendships were like that. I don't have a lot of friends. I have a very few select friends, and all of them know exactly how I am. So I was just so happily independent by myself because everything was just so stable. And getting into another relationship is so scary. You spend all of your time with another person. You have to compromise with another person. I was so happy doing everything absolutely all the time that I wanted to do because I didn't have another person to share that time with. And now I share every single second with another person. I'm so incredibly happy with my relationship. I couldn't be with a better person. Nathan is honestly so amazing for me. Perfect is a stretch, you know, nothing is perfect, but he is the closest thing out there for me. I truly believe right now in my time I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, and that is in my relationship with Nathan. You know, he is the calm whenever I'm a very, like I said, hard, angry person. I'm very, once I set my mind to something, I'm very determined. I'm very hard to get out of that. And he's just the calm, you know, it's gonna be okay. Like, just that, you know, that good angel on your shoulder, that is exactly what he is for me. I'm the evil one, he's the good one. And he just calmed me down from that, you know, ledge that I put myself in my head every single time. He's just always there to, you know, make me a softer person, and that's amazing. That's a gift that nobody can really give to you. So when somebody can, it's incredible. Anyways, that, like, all of this, like, you know, ranting, that's exactly how my year has gone. And I have nothing but good things to say, you know. There was definitely bad things, there was definitely hard times, there's definitely ups and downs, but, you know, you can't get to the next up before you go down, right? You have to, it's all a cycle. Everything is a cycle. There's a cycle in life, there's a cycle in your emotions, there's a cycle in, you know, your body every single month. There's cycles, and all of that is natural, all of that is real, all of that is supposed to happen, and you just have to embrace it and you know, don't fall back because of that negativeness. You just have to push and persevere, and the positive will be so much greater than anything negative that you're feeling. The reflecting has been crazy. I know this is a pretty long rant. That is what today's video is. Anyways, let's move on from that. I think I've definitely shed enough light on, you know, my reflecting. I am writing in this book. I think it's gonna be the most beautiful thing that I've ever written. I love writing. I'm a writer. This is not a made-up story. All of my pages in here are, you know, of events that I have gone through with Nathan, and, you know, he knows about this book. He knows that it exists. He's not allowed to read it yet. I'm gonna write in here for, you know, as long as I want. Maybe it'll be a year. Maybe I won't fill up enough pages in a year, and I want to keep going. But I just wrote a lot more in here for him, and now I think it being a new year, you know, I think it's a really good time to go over New Year resolutions, except I have labeled mine as New Year manifestations. So instead of a resolution that, you know, it has a bad rep, everybody, you know, says, oh yeah, I'm gonna start going to the gym, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, and they do it for about a week, about maybe January, and then that's enough. They don't touch it again for the whole entire year. So rather than a resolution, I went and made it a manifestation. So it's absolutely going to happen. None of these are hard. All of these are, you know, things, maybe there's a few new things in here, but all of these are things that I have done before. All of these are things to work on, to improve on, things that I enjoy, things that make me happy, and, you know, that's what we're gonna go over today. Okay, so the first thing on the list is, I guess it's not like in any exact order. It's not like in any exact order, but I just wrote them in whatever order my brain kind of went in, I guess. So the first thing that I have on here is to journal more often. Journaling really lets you release a lot of things that, you know, maybe you don't have time to talk about, you don't want to talk about, you know, just everyday things in your life that's going on that you don't even, you know, think that you need to talk about. Journaling is just a lot of fun for me. I love writing. I love English. I like making stories, you know, not that I journal any stories, but, you know, maybe that would be fun. Maybe I could start journaling stories. You know, I have this book that I write in for Nathan, anything that happens with us, I can journal it in there. Just things like that. Journaling is it's a great tool. It's just great. You should try. Follow a morning and nighttime routine. The reason why I have this on here is because I have a full skincare routine. I have a shower routine. I wash my hair once a week, unless if need be otherwise. I have my reset Sunday, which is whenever I do an everything shower. I have these routines. However, getting up in the morning and finding that actual consistent routine, I need to do that again, because every single time, just now that Nathan, basically is here every single night, I've fallen out of my routine just because it's so easy to just lay in bed. He's, a man. He gets up whenever we have something planned with 5 minutes before we have to go, and then he's just ready. I need to get back into a girl routine and, give myself 10-15 minutes to, make sure that I have all my skincare done. Same thing with the night. Sometimes whenever I come home and I'm working until 9, I come home, I'm tired, I literally just put my PJs on and go to bed. Like, girl, I should be washing my face or showering from all those stinky customers. Just that type of thing. Drink more water. I am putting this on my manifestation list because I'm a terrible water drinker. I'm so bad at it. I have so many water bottles. I love water bottles. I use water bottles. I just don't drink enough water bottle in the day. So I need to drink more water. A new thing on here to start. I want to start Pilates. I just bought myself a few things to get myself started. I don't necessarily want to pay to go anywhere right now. There's so many people that do it online. There is certain things that you do have to pay for online as well, but I mean through like social medias, TikTok, YouTube, just people posting about it and maybe trying it. I love yoga. When my mom had her yoga studio, which she doesn't anymore, so I don't do yoga anymore, but it would be nice to do that kind of thing at home, get a little workout and get my core snatched, okay, because we're looking a little bulky this winter. Gym. It literally says gym. I want to find a good balance between Pilates and gym. I want to be slim Pilates, tone Pilates. I also want a good balance of building muscle. Although I don't want to build muscle like a man, okay, which is why I want to balance Pilates in there. A good balance, and I'm gonna have a nice snatch girl body. Strong enough though, don't get me wrong. I love a good muscular lady. I love a good girl with muscle. I want to be a good girl with muscle. Not too much though. Practice spiritually. This really just means getting into my own things. I love crystals, I love energies, I love herbs, I love my tarot cards. I really think that spiritually things can speak to you. I have gone to church a couple times with my friend as well. I think that definitely counts as getting more in tune with your spiritualness. Whether that's what you like to refer to that to or not, that's what I refer, to it as. I wasn't raised in a big church family. My family has never been big on going to church. That's just how, I was raised. So that being said, I find things a little bit more natural. That was how I was raised. A lot of paganism beliefs and holidays we celebrate, all of that stuff is super, based off of naturalness, nature, and you're catching what I'm throwing. Money. I have my second interview today, which we will be getting ready for promptly after this is finished. But I need to save. I want to save money. I want to start managing money. I just really want to start stacking in my savings. FAFSA has done me so beautifully for this first year of college. However, it might not always be that way. It's always good to have savings. Money. Everybody always says that they want more money, but I really just, the specific saving of money, that's what I really want to, you know, challenge myself with this year. How much can I put into savings, and what's the minimum amount that I really need before my next paycheck that I can, you know, survive off of? That's really what I'm looking to find a good balance this year. A plus, best grades. Locking in for school is a major priority for myself all the time. I really need to be working hard to get my best grades that I can be getting. Working on financing that Camry. I want a Toyota Camry. And the only way that I'm going to be able to do that is if I finance it, because I want one from a dealership that is clean and serviced. I'm going to have to do some financing. Again, with the saving, that can be backup for what, you know, a week that I take off of work, a week that we're on vacation. My savings will be there for me. Get back into drawing, crocheting, creativity, book reading. I used to do all this stuff all the time, and I just, you know, kind of stopped. I got busy with other things. I want to get back into it again. I love drawing. I love crocheting. Both of those things I love a lot. I also love reading books. I'd love to try new books. I'm not really in tune with, you know, modern books that are coming out. I would love to, you know, make that a big interest of mine. Okay. Daily affirmations. Daily affirmations can be just as powerful as manifestations, okay? Like, today is going to be a great day. Today we're not going to be negative. Yesterday was a negative day. Today we're looking for a more positive, you know, day, that kind of thing. It really does mean a lot. It means a lot for your brain. It means a lot for the energy that you're putting out. If you're putting out positive energy, you know, maybe you won't get it that day, but the next day, I bet you're going to get that energy back, and it's going to be great. I am so big on that. Grow stronger with Nathan, you know. Every like I said at the beginning of this video, every down, you're going to get an up. There is going to be times where we have disagreements. There's going to be times where we have to figure things out. There's going to be times where we're not always on the same page. And all of that ultimately leads to something stronger. If we communicate properly through that, we're going to feel so much more connected, and we're just going to have the strongest relationship that we can possibly have. I'm looking forward to that so much. I'm not saying that I'm looking forward to fighting, but I'm just saying I'm looking forward to growing so much stronger with him, which does happen every single day, truly. Prioritize Sunday reset day. I love doing Sunday reset days, but you see this big giant basket of laundry that appeared here earlier in the video? Yeah, it is Monday. It's not Sunday anymore. I shouldn't be doing my laundry on a Monday. I want to make sure to do everything on Sunday. I used to do it. I used to manage it. I can definitely do it again. I would just really like to, you know, have a Sunday to myself and just get everything done, you know, and also have time to still decompress from my week. Treat Nathan like you're still trying to win him daily. That's a really, really big thing with relationships, where people get bored, they fall out, they, you know, have issues. You don't act like you're trying to win your significant other every single day. You know, they're gonna feel that. They're gonna feel, wow, it just feels really, you know, average. You know, where did the want that was at the beginning of our relationship go? You know, it just doesn't feel the same anymore. You know, these kinds of comments come from people all the time in their relationship, and to avoid a lot of that is literally just to, you know, act like you're still trying to get them every single day. And, you know, maybe not even every single day, but whenever I really think about it, whenever I have the free time, I would like to put all my energy into him, to treat him. If he has a bad day coming home from work, I will have that shower running when he walks in the door, his pile of clothes folded, and a fresh towel on the counter. That's the type of girlfriend that I am, and that I strive to be, and that I want to continue to be every single day. You know, when we plan something fun to do, we had our nutcrackers that we painted. We bought them over a month ago, and we have not found time to do it. He came home early one day. I was home early one day. Okay, I'm gonna have that shower ready for you. I'm gonna make sure that you're prepared, you're pampered when you first come home. Take your downtime. And then I had all of our painting stuff sitting out ready for us to use when he was ready for that. Just that kind of thing. It means a lot. It means a lot. Little actions like that mean a lot. Nathan just helped me pay for, I'm getting my lashes done tomorrow. For the first time, also, mind you. And I was like, wow, I really, really want to do this. I really want to pamper myself. I really want to feel pretty. And at first, Nathan was like, you're pretty every single day. Like, you should know that. And I was like, I know, but, like, I want to feel pretty. Like, I want to do something pampering. He literally sent me half the money to go get it done. Majority of the money to go get it done. And just, again, little things like that, it means a lot. He's working so hard to help me get pampered, you know, and I obviously want to do the same for him in any way that I can possible. Yeah. I said puppy. We want to get a puppy. We've been talking about it. We've been manifesting for it. We've been getting our puppy brains on. Okay. I would like to get a puppy this year. That's all. Read more books. I mentioned this whenever I wanted to get back into my other creative things. I would love to read more books, get into the book community, you know, talk with people about reading books. That is really what makes it fun. I would love to do that. And then my last one for my list, focus more on YouTube. Clearly I just spent 5 days, you know, not active in the middle of, you know, Vlogmas. I only have about, 33 followers right now, and I'm pretty content with that. I'm pretty fine with that, if I do say so myself. A lot of the time, I just like listening to, you know, my friends' feedback or my family feedback, or, you know, just the things that I go on and do myself. It's just nice for them to be able to watch that, and I hope that, you know, some of these videos may be motivating. Some of these videos might be like, oh yeah, that's real, I feel that. I'm not looking to be anything huge by tomorrow, obviously. That would be nice, but I've just never been that big kind of a person either, you know. I'm fully happy and content with starting small, staying small. I just do it for myself. I have fun with it. I would love to watch more videos, get more content ideas, get more editing ideas. I love watching Annalise Cruz. She's a big gym influencer. And I just watched one of her Vlogmas videos. She didn't start until the 12 days of Vlogmas. And the way that she edits is just so fun. Like, I just would love to come up with new ideas, be more creative with it. Even just my editing, not even just, you know, growth, I'm talking editing, just for myself to have more fun with it. I would love to do that. I don't want to just pass it by, you know. Vlogging every single day has been kind of difficult, just because it's like, here we go again. I forgot to take a video of that. Like, you know. So that is probably why I took such a longer break before my video today. I don't want to get burned out with it. I want to keep it fun. I want to keep it exciting. I want to keep it for myself, you know. So yeah, I guess that pretty much wraps up my New Year's thoughts. I'm now going to go get ready for my second interview. I'm feeling so positive. People around me that I've been talking to, Emma, she's feeling super duper positive about this for me. I love her support for going through my interviews and everything. It's been amazing. Having that support to back me, you know. I'm, you know, manifesting and praying on this job. It would be so amazing for me. It would be a very big step. It would, you know, help me with a lot of my future goals, you know, staying active, go to school. It would be something a lot more stable than my current job now. So I'm really looking forward to that. I want to show you guys my before and after those. So this is my before. I'm literally in sweatpants and slippers. I'll see you guys after I finish getting ready. This is the fit. I look like a corporate woman, low-key, but like looking professional is how it should be. I'll let you guys know how it goes after I'm done. Hey guys, I'm back from the interview and it went really good. He basically told me that I was in, which is great. There just still is a few kinks that I need to work out, because he kind of told me that I was hired for like several different positions. Like, girl, what does that mean? And also, he told me that whatever, it was just a position that I did not want to be hired for. One of them was. The other one I was completely fine doing. I understand that some places have you start lower and work your way up. Also, I made a mistake on my end on the resume that I had turned in, because it had half of what of all of my serving experience was. That was definitely my bad. In my first interview though, I didn't think that it was messed up, because the way that I was talking about it, it seemed like that's exactly what he was seeing as well. And so I guess whatever, I just didn't notice until now that it's obviously getting mentioned and brought up. But you know, that's not, if I'm going from a job that, you know, I don't necessarily want to continue being at, to go into something else that I don't necessarily want to be continuing at, like, it's kind of a double negative right there, and I just don't want to do that. So, I'm not going to. And anyways, I'm just going to message the manager that is the main manager, the manager that I had an interview with first, and I'm just going to, you know, ask him for clarification. What exactly am I getting hired for, you know, that kind of deal. And, like, while it's not the absolutely biggest thing, you know, I kind of came in expecting one thing and now something else is happening, so I am definitely going to make sure that the clarification that I need is there. Anyways, moral of the story is don't settle, guys. Definitely put yourself exactly where you want to be, and you know what? I went in for a serving job. I would be totally fine with hostessing. You know, because some people do have you start small, and you know, that's fine, but I'm just not gonna settle and be a serving assistant, because half of those assistants don't eventually even go into being a server, and that's, you know, literally what I was interviewing for, so I definitely don't want to do that. Anyways, we'll just see how it goes. I'll message him. I'll ask for the clarification, and, you know, play it by, you know, ear, you know. It's annoying me that I keep saying that. I'm sorry. I'm like doing it on purpose now. But yeah, whatever. That's the update on that. I definitely did. I'm gonna be so honest with you. I definitely did leave a little bit more with a negative mindset, like, you know, dang, I didn't exactly get the outcome that I wanted going into my second interview. But looking on the bright side, he did tell me, like, you are hired, you know. So, by the way, this is Brooke's present. If Brooke is watching, I just wrapped your present. You didn't even see it. Yeah, I forgot what I was talking about. Anyways, it's all gonna work out. It's all gonna work out. I have no fear in my mind that it won't. I have no doubts. Life will do what life does, you know, and you just have to go with that. You just gotta go with it. So I think that's where I'm gonna end off the night. I'm gonna continue wrapping these presents. My boyfriend is on his way here, my little picky eater, and I have to make dinner for everyone, because I told him that I would make him dinner because he's starving. My hardworking mechanical man, always starving, always. So yeah, I'm sorry, I'm like halfway distracted. Happy Vlogmas. I'm happy to be back. If you watched today's video, thank you for listening to my rant. Also, I hope you do take some of my advice on some of the, I hope you didn't just see that gift. I hope you take some advice on some of the things that I said, you know. Definitely don't feel obligated to, but just some things that I feel really strongly about. And yeah, that's that. Okay, bye guys. I will see you tomorrow morning.